Hello all. So today we'll be seeing concepts like what are projects on Google Cloud Platform, what is the use of G Cloud Shell, then we will go through Compute Engine. So this is the typical structure of an organization, a company. The company have various department, department X, department Y. Then under the department we will have various team. In under the team also they will be developing a specific product. So for developing a specific product, there will be different sub-teams like development, test, and production. And thus comes the picture of exact GCP. You can see we have projects, dev projects, test projects, and each project has been some resources because every resources needs to tag to at least one project. So we will see that how it works in Google Cloud Platform. We'll log into account. We are into our Google Cloud account. Here you can see in the left hand corner we have GCP Automated Network, Hello World, and First Project. So these are our currently projects. We have 3 projects. If you have more than 3 projects, then you can directly go to this folder icon. Yeah. So here we have our project. So here we have the project information. You can see I'm logged into GCP Automated Project. We have the project name, project ID, and project number. Go to the project settings. The project name can be edited even if you created the project name, but the project ID and the project number are automatically created from the system, so it cannot be edited. So for instance, you have done with your project and you want to shut down this project or you want to delete this project. So simply click the shutdown GCP automated network, and the following things will happen, like all billing traffic will be stopped, you will lose access to the project, the owner of the project will be notified and can't stop deletion within 30 days. The notification doesn't, you will get notification through mail, and with you have a threshold of 30 days, which so within 30 days you can revert back your decision and you can stop the deletion, stop the project is getting deleted, but there will some resources may be deleted in the project. Next we will see the G Cloud. What is G Cloud? G Cloud is Google platform Linux based console which are having 5 GB persistent space. Go to the right click cloner. Here you can see activate Cloud Shell. Here you can go to the separate window. We will see some basic G Cloud command. The console is almost, the shell is almost like Linux only. You can see I'm logged into GCP Automated Network 228.0 project from the account Arjun @cloudshell.com. So we will see some basic G-Cloud command. How to list the projects. G-Cloud projects list. Here you can see it listed 3 projects: GCP Automated Network, Hello World, Lyrical, Netcar, etc. It has been listed with project ID, project name, and project number. You can see allow HTTP, ICMP, internal. So these are the firewalls automatically in the system by default. For example, you want to change your current project. I want to move into Hello World from GCP Automated Network. So which command we will use? GCP gcloud config set set project, then give the project ID. What is the project ID? Hello world hyphen 216412. So our project has been updated. So you can see it has changed from GCP automated network to Hello World 216412. So these are the basic gcloud command. It is specific to every services. Every service it's have on their gcloud command. We'll be seeing that when we are touching every services. So next is the compute engine. What are compute engine? Compute engine are nothing but virtual machines. You can see go to compute section, and here you can see compute engine. Go to VM instances. So before going to the VM instances, I would like to get notified of the various Google Cloud Platform offerings, which is has been categorized into various criteria. The first one is standard machine types that have a balance of CPU and memory. The naming convention start with N1 standard 1. The second is high memory machine types. High memory machine types are ideal for tasks that require more memory relative to CPU. High memory machine types. The naming convention is N1 high mem 2. The important is naming convention because you should not be confused with which naming convention is related to which kind of machines. Next is high CPU memory types. The naming convention is N1 high CPU 2. Next is shared core machine types. Shared core machine types provide one CPU that is allowed to run for a portion of time on a single hardware hyperthread on the host CPU running your instance. Shared core instance can be more cost effective for running small and non-resource intensive applications than standard. So the naming convention is F1 micro and G1 small. The difference is CPU. See, for F1 micro you have 0.2 vCPU and G1 small is 0.5 vCPU. Memory optimized machine types. They are ideal for tasks that are require intensive high memory utilization. For example, SAP HANA, which uses large scale analytical processing and business workload. Next is so naming convention of memory optimized machine type starts with N1 Ultra Mem 40. Now we will go and check what are the how to create a virtual machine. So go to the compute engine I showed you earlier, go to the VM instance, then click create. Give the instance name, it can be anything but it should end with a number or an alphabet. Then the region we have Asia Southeast 1, South Australia Southeast, Europe North 1, Europe West 1, West 2. Then zone we have East 1, East 1C, East 1D. Then comes the machine type which we have just looked before. See, you can see we have N1 standard, we have high memory. Now you can see N1 high mem 2, so you have various categories. Just check in the right hand side. Here we have selected one CPU, 3.75 GB memory, and the price is 24.67 monthly estimate. When I click for the 2 CPU, you can see the price instantly changed to 48.95 monthly estimate. So it will show you the price instantly with regards to the machine you choose. And next is the boot disk, which is nothing but the image. So by default it is showing Debian GNU Linux image. Here it is having several other offerings apart from Debian. We have CentOS, Ubuntu, then we have Red Hat, SUSE Linux. It also have Windows Server machines too. And the disk type also it is having. We can have SSD persistent disk and standard persistent disk. You can categorize the size as well. You can keep 20 or 10 based upon your requirement. And we'll go to select. Then we have identity access, which is to show you how how are going to access the service, which is nothing but the compute engine. So here we are using by default service account, and we will just click the HTTP firewall to allow. We will install some application like Apache to we will install, then we will check, then we will create the machine. As you can see, our machine has been created. Now with the zone US East 1B, internal IP 10.142.0.9, external IP 34.73.160.91, connection through SSH. How we will connect to the Linux machine? Through SSH. So there is no concept of any private key here. Just go to SSH. GCP is transferring the SSH key to the virtual machine. Our Linux machine is ready. We will simply do an update. Sudo update. Okay. We'll install Apache. Sudo apt install Apache. Press Y. So Apache has been installed. We will click and see. Yes, the Apache machine has been ready. So that's how we'll create a virtual machine. Now I'll show you something else. Just go to create instance. We'll give 21. Just for an instance. Just go to the bottom. Here you can see command line. Rest is there, but it will show how somehow complicated. You have to be familiar with the Rust for this one. So instead of Rust, we will be using command line. Just go to the command line. Here you can see the same operations in the command line format. G-Cloud Compute Project, GCP Automatic Network, 814, the instance name 21 we had given, the default zone US East 1B, machine type standard 1, subnet default network, so like that. So if you want to execute the same in the G-Cloud shell, which I have showed you after the, before compute engine, you need to execute this command. So no need to copy and all, just execute or run a cloud shell. See, the same command has been replicated into the console. Just click enter. It might show you a message like for poor performance. Anyway, we are using it for test purposes, so just ignore this message. Our virtual machine has been created with the name instance 21. Just to verify that, we will go and check into the Google Cloud Platform virtual machine tab. See, instance 1, instance 21 has been created. Because we have not given HTTP, we are not given the firewall, we didn't click that HTTP, right? So that's why the external IP is disabled. Now we will see how to take backup of instance 1 and instance 21. So backup is nothing but snapshot. Snapshot is actually used for backup and disaster recovery, and if we are using fault tolerant, so like that. So we will give the name of the snapshot one. Source disk will be instance 1 we will give, or instance 21 will be, that will be faster. Because instance one we have installed Apache multi-regional, we'll give everything as same, then we will do create. Snapshots are actually incremental in nature. Incremental in nature in the sense, for example, you have a disk which is having a data of 500 GB. So first snapshot it will take the whole 500 GB. And in the second time, if you are taking a snapshot and the changes have been made into the disk, the changes has been amount to some will say 10 GB. So it will only take 10 GB worth of snapshot instead of 500 GB. So that's why we say it is incremental. So it actually helps us to optimize the cost also because it is taking less time and almost utilizing less resources. So we will see the size difference here. You can see the third tab snapshot size. See, it is showing 530 MB. So let's create another snapshot of the same machine, instance 21. Instance 21, instance 21, we will hit create. See, this is the size of the second snapshot. It is 2.66 MB, which has taken after 2 minutes of the first snapshot. The first snapshot it will take the whole disk. The second snapshot it will only take 2.66 MB. So we will delete this. The snapshot is getting deleted. So by that time you will see the next topic what are instance group and instance template. So why we need an instance group? It is actually like you need to have the same copy of machine at a particular time. So mainly the purpose will be load balancing or auto scaling. You will go to and create an instance group. Snapshot has been deleted. So instance group we will name it as instance group 1. We will set everything on by default. Single zone region US East 1 zone East 1D. Group type we have managed instance group and unmanaged instance group. So managed instance group contain identical instances. We want the copies of the same machines to get created multiple times. We support auto scaling, auto healing, rolling update, load balancing, etc. And comes to unmanaged instance group, which is actually not used in real-time purposes because it will create dissimilar instance, and that is likely an unlike scenario anyway. And we'll give what is the instance template we want. What are the templates? So we will give the same instance template one. So this is the copy of the machine which we are going to create. And we want our auto scaling to be on. I want my auto scaling to be on. And on what basis I will auto scale? So I will auto scale based upon CPU usage. There are several other criteria like HTTP load balancing, stack driver monitoring, multiple metrics, etc. And what is the threshold value? Like after how much CPU utilization I want an another machine. For example, this laptop will support a CPU utilization of 50, only 50%, and if it goes above 50%, then the laptop will crash. So what I will need to have? I will have need to have another machine, right? So for this one, just for test purposes, will be 10%. Because after 10% of utilization of you can say instance one, it will create one more instance. And what is the minimum number of instances you want? One. What is the maximum number of instances you want? You can make it as 10. And what is the cooldown period? Now, what is cooldown period? For example, an instance has been CPU performance is been more than here in our case it is 10%. So after 10% it will create one instance like minimum number of instances one. Then again it is 10%. So it immediately it will not create another instance. It will wait for a cooldown period of 15 seconds. So after 15 seconds only, it will create another instance. This actually helps us to reduce the cost because the machine will not create it very fast. So it will not populate your billing account. Now health check. On Waltz health check we need to one. If you want to create health check, it's required. So we'll be looking into this health check criteria when we check the load balancing and we'll go and create. Our instance group is getting created. So what is required for the instance group? Before instance group, we need to create an instance template, which is nothing but the second tag. But we can create it from the instance group itself. We have an option, so that is not a mandatory criteria. Our instance group is getting created on the zone US East 1B 01 instance template 1 creation date you can see, and auto scaling is target CPU usage of 10%. The instance group has been created. Let's go and check the instance. See, you can see the instance group 1 has been created of instance 21. So this is nothing but instance 21. We have created an auto scaling, right? After 16 seconds, and another instance we created. So this is the real time scenario of this one. How to create a replicator instance having low. So that's all about instances. We'll we saw what are projects in Google Cloud Platform, then what is the use of gcloud command, then after that we saw how to create a Linux virtual machine, how to create a machine through gcloud, and this is and how to do an auto scaling, how to create a copy of the same instance if the instance crashes or if the CPU load has been increased. Here is the various images that has been offered by Google. See, if you filter from here, if you just filter by family, if you want all the CentOS 6 machine, then you'll have CentOS 6 machine. These are the machine that are automatically created by the Google itself. So using this machine, we can create an image. Just click here, we can create an image, or you can create an instance itself. Google managed key, source case. What is the source case? Image will be there, but what is the source case? Will be instance one itself. Okay, before that actually you need to stop the instances. So just remember one thing, before creating an image you need to stop that particular instances. We stop that instances. We will create an image. Everything will be same. We will change this type. This is one. Okay. So it is creating an image from an instance one. Only criteria is the instance one has to be stop state. Copy has been succeeded. The creation is still getting created. So that are the main operations in the computer engine. So next class we will be seeing probably on computer engine, we'll be checking the networking part or cloud storage part. So that I will confirm. So like this we can create our own customized image. What we will do, we will stop the particular instance in the image which we want to replicate. Then we will create the image that we call own. Yes, see this is our image one which we created from instance one. GCP automated network. This is the family. Like, so that's all for today, folks. Thank you for your time.